The VMAs have always served as a loophole for celebs to walk on the wild side with their red carpet fashion. And over the years, many of your favorite stars have taken full advantage. So to prep for this year's VMAs, we're bringing you a rundown of 17 OMG VMA red carpet looks from the pop culture archives right here on Listed. Kicking off our list is Nicki Minaj circa 2011. Back in her more flamboyant days, Nicki was known for her eccentric costumes, but she took it to a whole other level when she showed up to the VMAs looking like a female Tin Man. It was a lot. There was a party going on her feet and all the way up her leg, along with an ice cream cone necklace and a surgical mask. Nicki could have easily been mistaken for an arts and crafts project, but you know what? At least you couldn't miss her. Same could have been said for Christina Aguilera back in 2003 when she showed up to the red carpet channeling a pink duster. Keep in mind, these were the 2000s. It was a very strange time for fashion. For example, showing up to the VMAs in an all-denim floor-length dress with your boyfriend wearing a matching denim suit was actually socially acceptable. Take note from Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. I'd like to point out that Justin was wearing a denim cowboy hat and Britney was carrying a denim purse. Katy Perry and Riff Raff paid homage to Britney and Justin's denim look at last year's VMAs, and that served as the perfect throwback moment. And speaking of throwbacks, we can't talk OMG VMA fashion without mentioning Lil Kim's purple pasty ensemble. It was like a one-shoulder jumpsuit that just dipped a little too far down, and to make up for it, a matching pasty was used to cover her nip. It was pretty amazing, actually. Oh, and Diana Ross did this. Miley Cyrus would later rock the same look for Halloween years later, but that wouldn't be the last time someone would walk the naked line on the red carpet. In 2014, Amber Rose sported this ensemble on the carpet that was a nod to Rose McGowan when she showed up with Marilyn Manson wearing no clothes. Amber refreshed the look with silver chains and a matching thong. But I'd also like to point out that this was right after she had a baby, so her body was insane. Amber also turned heads back in 2009 when she walked the carpet with Kanye in this getup. Note Kanye's artistically crafted hair design and bottle of booze. We all know how that ended up. It was messy. But thankfully, the following year, Kesha brought something to clean up the mess with her garbage bag dress. Not sure if it was supposed to be a metaphor for something, but I don't think a trash bag has ever looked so good. Another show-stopping moment was when Beyonce and Jay-Z stepped out in those matching gold outfits back in 2004. Nowadays, B and J wouldn't be caught dead in these getups. But again, it was the early 2000s and all was fair game. Like when Destiny's Child showed up to the 2001 VMAs looking like this. Back then, group members always dressed in coordinating outfits, and it was everything. As rough as it is to look back on it now, we just have to appreciate the day and age when everything was okay. But what was not okay was what Ciara wore to the 2004 VMAs. I think because we're so used to seeing Ciara look like a goddess that this doesn't even look like the same person. She's wearing a leotard with jeans and what I hope are boots and not socks. But can we also take a minute to point out that the fashion queen that is J-Lo once thought this was okay. For the 2000 VMAs, J-Lo and Diddy showed up like this, and I'm still not over it. Another fashionista who made a fashion faux pas back in the day was Gwen Stefani. I don't think anyone can argue that Gwen is a fashion icon, but everybody makes mistakes, and Gwen made hers in 1998 when she showed up to the VMAs looking like a blue Martian. I really wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, but her bikini top had fur. We wanted Gwen, not Xenon. And speaking of Xenon, can we please talk about the protozoa vibes that Pink was giving us in the year 2000? The hair was fuchsia and had life protruding out of it. Scan down and you find that her pants had no waist and she was wearing a floor-length colorful fur coat. And note that the pants are capris. And then there was Britney's 2002 VMAs dominatrix dress with that hat. There was leather and lace and chains and straps and gloves and 50 shades of I don't know what. It was a whole lot of wow, but she rocked it. And when Britney does something like this, you just gotta let her go. But Fergie, we're gonna have to talk about this 2004 situation, Fergie Ferg. There was a poodle on her capris and a scarf tied around her neck, so I think she was channeling Grease, but then the toes were trying to escape off the surface of her shoes, which everyone knows is a grave moving violation.
Ladies, open-toe shoes, make sure that they fit. If your feet are hanging over the front, it means your feet are too big. And it scares me.
Then there was the time when NSYNC was a thing and they would show up to places looking like this. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. Boy bands back in the day looked like blindly styled Ken dolls, but let's just break this down. Justin Timberlake is wearing some kind of reptile for pants that matches his shoes and a turtleneck. Oh, and check out the camo pants with the sneaks. R.I.P. early 2000s, rest in peace. And I'm sorry to bring you into this again, Xtina, but in 2002, Christina Aguilera wore a scarf for a shirt, and I can't even talk about it. Her skirt was pretty much non-existent. Then again, can you blame her with a body like that? Oh, and note the tilted hat, because that was also a thing back then. And before I get to the OMG VMA red carpet moment of all moments, shout out to Jack Black's MJ impersonation in 2003 and Macy Gray's album release dress in 2001. I mean, why not advertise your album on your body? It does save money on marketing. But the OMG crown undoubtedly goes to Lady Gaga for her meat dress in 2010. There was an actual carcass just chilling on her body. Her shoes were meat, the dress was meat, the purse was meat, and the slap on her head, y'all, it was meat. Gaga said that the dress served as a metaphor for how artists are treated like pieces of meat in the industry, and also it was in protest against the military's don't ask, don't tell policy, which is a very creative way to express your feelings, but the only downside was that when she went on stage to accept her award, the hot lights and then the meat, oof, didn't mesh well, and the smell was just disrespectful. But props to Gaga for having the guts to pull that off. And now we wait to see what OMG red carpet moments this year's VMAs will bring us. The show airs August 30th on MTV, and Miley Cyrus is hosting, so you know it's going to be entertaining. All right, which OMG VMA red carpet look was your favorite? Or which one would you like to be erased from our memories? Let us know in the comments section below, or tweet a girl at Miriam Issa. Don't forget to subscribe and then click right over here to check out 8 iconic celeb outfits that veered on nudity. From Riri to Alanis Morissette, they were basically a gust of wind away from being SOL. Thanks for watching Clevver News. I'm Miriam Issa, and I'll see you guys next time. Click to the left for 22 unforgettable moments in Miley Cyrus's rise to fame, or hit that button on the right for the 10 most awkward interviews in celeb history.